All right, what is up, everybody? Happy Labor Day, and welcome to another edition of Talking Buffalo, your weekday daily driver for Buffalo Sports Talk and more. My name is Patrick Moran. Thank you so much for watching, for listening, however you are taking in this show. I do appreciate you very much. Big shout out to our sponsors, Sunny Reds, 1841 Aber Road, just on the way from Highmark Stadium. I'm going to be there live Thursday night. Bills season preview episode, part 2, because part 1 is here today, but part 2, Matt Perino, Jay Skursky, both will join me live. We'll be there at 8 p.m., or show starts, I should say, at 8 p.m. We'll be there before that. Come say hello and hang out with the guys. Also, big shout out to Imperial Pizza. Got some Imperial Pizza gear on here if you happen to be watching the show. 1035 Abbott Road, deep in the heart of South Buffalo. Best lunch special in town. One of the best pizzerias in town, not just in town, in Western New York, period. Popular for a very good reason. All right, folks. Again, it's Monday. It is Labor Day. Joe from Queens joins me, as usual, on Monday, but he also pitched in and helped me out on the Friday episode. What's going on, man? We're not live, by the way, but what's up, dude?
I'm living the dream since the last time we talked. Now it's a nightmare because we're talking now. Everything's good. I got my beer. I didn't talk about my beer the last show, which really irked me. So I have a Omegang watermelon Kolsch, which I think you would probably like because you like. Do you like watermelon in general?
I do.
Is watermelon your favorite fruit?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Not much of a big fruit guy though, but I'd say yes.
Obviously, you only eat wings and pizza and chicken fingers as your diet, and hostesses or whatever. Not hostesses like at the restaurant, but hostesses like hostess, like cupcakes or whatever. So are you excited about interviewing Perino? Have you done Perino and Skursky together? I know you like doing these dynamic interpromotional matchups. Have you done both of them before?
No. Nope.
Awesome.
I am excited. I did. I had Matt on not long ago.
I remember.
He was with me at Sunny Reds. Who is he with? Oh, no, my bad. It wasn't Sunny Reds.
Oh.
It was Imperial. You're right. It was Imperial Pizza, and it was Matt Fairburn. Yeah, that was a nice mashup. That was a lot of fun. No, I've never had those two guys on together. They get along very well. I'm looking forward to it. I'll say this. No shots at anybody else. I mean, because I'm a panderer. You know me, Joe.
Yes. Oh, here we go.
You've made me.
I set you up for the pander.
You've made me admit it to the world. I am indeed a sports media panderer, kiss ass, all the above.
This is good.
But I will say this, man. There's probably like 4 people in the sports media that I truly, honestly consider like a friend. Like even if it has nothing to do with the podcast, I'll still talk to and want to hang out. And those
My guy.
Those are 2 of them. So, yeah, man, Perino and Skursky definitely two of my favorites.
Can I get inside your brain? So when you do these dynamic duos, when you're like, hey, I'm going to have Fairburn and Perino, or you had Joe B, and who was the one? You had Joe B and who was it? Ty, right?
Tyler Dunn.
Yeah. So how do you come up with, I'm going to do this dream team media people? Like, what would you sit there? Do you sit there on the toilet and go, you know what? I like this guy's takes today. And like, how do you come up with, I'm going to have these 2 guys here? Like, how does that come up?
I don't know. I don't have a real good answer for that. It just, I don't know. I'm like, well, I haven't had these, or I start thinking about if I'm a Bills fan, who would I like to hear from in a collaborate kind of, setting? Like, when do you ever see Jay and Perino together on a podcast?
Sure.
Like, just like with Joe B or Tyler. Okay. In the case of Joe B and Tyler, those are just 2. You know, Joe B is not. I'm not friends with Joe. We're friendly. You know, if I've
he's not your guy. We're acquaintance guys.
He's not my guy. You know, he's not my guy. But no, but I have the world of respect for him, man. And he's maybe the best out there. Right. And Tyler is my guy. So I just thought like that would be
my guy.
That would be fun. In the case of Matt and Jay, I like those guys, and I've never talked to them together. So,
all right, let me ask you this, and then we can get to the show. If you could have the dynamic duo of just local Buffalo people right now that you could pull and go, I'm going to have these 2 together, what would you want? Who would you want? And why?
I already did it. I've already done it. It was a couple years ago in Imperial Pizza.
Graham and Dunn.
The reunion. Tim Graham and Tyler Dunn. That was that was really, really cool, man.
I would have went with Harrington and Jeremy White, or Harrington and Graham would have been fun. Anything
Graham.
with Harrington, you should get Harrington with someone from GR on there. It's funny because Harrington. I don't think we're breaking news here. He's not a giant fan of the people at GR, but he does do he's always on the the hockey one with Peters and Brevet, whatever it's called. He does stuff with them and Paul Hamilton at the same time.
After the whistle.
Yeah, after the whistle. Thank you. I'm surprised you haven't. Have you had them on a podcast before or no?
No. I've never.
Are you scared?
I don't know them. I don't know them. I've never.
Oh, you should get them on, man. You gotta get in hockey season, dude. That's coming up in 2 months. You gotta get in your hockey mojo, dude.
I think you can't just have Harrington and about 6 or 7 people would be pay-per-view worthy type of.
Get him and Chad Dominicis. This is what you should do. Oh, this is a brilliant idea. You won't do it because you're scared. You got to do a poll and be like, and you talk to Mike first and go, Mike, I'm gonna have you on a guest, but I'm gonna have Twitter vote on who's gonna be your sidekick for this show, and you have the choices: Tim Graham, Chad Dominicis, Jeremy White, and I don't know who the 4th person would be, and see who votes on it, and then that's your guest. So that would be funny.
I will say this in all seriousness.
Got to pander to Mike. Go for it, buddy.
Time to pander to Mike, like you said.
Go for it.
Awesome interview. He is an awesome interview. He says he does not pull punches. He doesn't mince words. I think he brings value to the interviews. I learn shit when I talk to Mike. If I spend an hour on this show talking to Mike about the Sabres, the organization, the arena, the structure, anything, I always learn shit when I talk to Mike. And look, I know about, his various feuds and people on social media going at it with him. He's never been nothing but cool with me. And the times we've clashed, it's been partially me too. I've trolled him a little bit. I've been a dick to him a little bit here and there.
The funny thing about you, and you are a content bro, the other content bros, I don't think really like the mainstream media all that much in Buffalo. You are the only person that likes all of them because you pander to them and you love them and all that sort of stuff. But it's a very unique X factor. They like you. I mean, I don't know why, but they do like you. And, it's just something they keep, the Cover One bros, the only guy they like is Salfie. And that's kind of it. I don't think they really like any. Joe B they probably like, but they one of them, our mutual friend Aaron Always Wrong Quinn has tweeted out the other day that Skursky has him blocked, which I thought was funny. But yeah, that's one of your gimmicks is you're the only content bro that gets along with all the other mainstream media bros. You're like that
I'm trying
to think of a wrestling term for what would you do. You're like the interpromotional guy. You know what you are? You're when WWE had ECW and back in the late 90s and they kind of hated each other, but there was one person that was going back and forth between them kind of thing. I don't know.
I think primarily it's 2 things. Number one, I'm never going to try to make them look bad on the show. I'm not going to get them on the show and make them look bad or try to make it look like I'm smarter than them or they don't know what they're talking about. So there's a trust factor there.
You pander.
And I pander. And also, we spend a lot of time, when I get a Mike Harrington on the show or Tim Graham or Tyler Dunn, we don't talk just Bills or Sabres. I like to have conversations about it. And I would hope that people, by now, especially if you're not new to this show, that's kind of what this show's about. What we're doing right now. A lot of other Bills podcasts right now, we're doing a Bills season preview and team predictions, which we're about to get into here in just a second. But, if this would have been most other shows, they would have been 3 or 4 topics in with the Bills already. Yeah, where we're just sitting there bullshitting. But that's kind of what this show is rooted in.
Yeah.
And I do think
lazy bullshit. We just come in here, we just let it fly. We call it in the ring.
It's a little more casual. And I do, not to toot my own horn, but I think a lot of the media kind of, it's a nice little break for them to be able to shoot the shit. If I had Perino on, we'll talk about his kid. We'll talk about UFC. We'll talk about his son's baseball, how the summer's going. You also have
Sunny Red's wings for them, and then you have Imperial Pizza. That helps, obviously. Sure. I mean, if I had them on, I'd be like, you guys can get a fucking I'll send you an Amazon gift card for $3. One thing, and then we'll get into the predictions. I wanted to mention, as you know, I'm coming back home. The prodigal son returns to Buffalo. I'm flying in Friday night.
Yeah.
I'll get in at 11 o'clock. You're picking me up at the airport.
I am not.
You should. I don't know why. You owe me for all these podcasts I've done, but I digress. And I'm leaving Tuesday morning. This is going to be like my first solo dad trip. Like, so it's no kid,
no wife,
no wife. I mean, it's this is like
going to the club.
No, I won't be doing that. I mean, I have it all kind of planned out. Like Saturday, we're doing the riverboat thing.
Rally at the river. I butchered that like 4 times on Friday's show.
You did, yes. But I plan on going to that at some point. I don't know what time I'm tailgating at on Sunday for the game. I have a friend of mine who I went to the last home opener I went to was 2019 against the Bengals. That was like Josh Allen's second year.
Mm-hmm.
And I got picked up, I believe, at 5 a.m. to go tailgate. And we got there like at 5:30 or something like that, and I tailgated till 1 o'clock. So I don't
6.5 hour tailgate.
Yeah. I don't fuck around, dude. I did it at that point. I was 39 and I was single, and now I'm 45. And I don't know what time. I got to talk to that guy and figure it out, because I definitely want to breathe it in, man. Like, I am so excited. I haven't been. The last home game I went to was 2021. I've talked about this before. It was my bachelor party, and the Bills got freaking obliviated.
That was the Colts.
The Colts 40. It was horrible.
Fred Taylor, I think, had 4 touchdowns. Maybe
Jonathan Taylor. Fred Taylor got traded for Rob Johnson. But yeah, that was like the last game I went to at Highmark. So I'm very looking forward. I'm 0-4 in my last 4 Bills games, which is scary. I cannot go 0-5. I cannot go 0-5. I can't. But I'm so excited. I'm just stoked. I'm just opening day is the best. And I haven't been since 2019, like I said, and I went to probably like 4 or 5 opening days, I would say, from like during the drought. There was like a 4-year period I went to all of them, and it was never like, oh yeah, you went there because you were going there for the party. And yeah, you were excited about the season starting, but there weren't like giant expectations. Like, I went to Doug Marone's home opener, and even 2019, they had just come off a 6-10 year, and we didn't really know what Josh Allen brought to the table. But it's gonna be so cool to go to an opener and be like, yeah, we're playing. This could be an AFC Championship game preview right now that I'm about to watch.
Very well could be.
Yeah, so I'm just so stoked.
Does it mean anything more to you? Because, first of all, like I'm sure you're looking forward to the weekend. Look, man,
yeah,
I can't stand you, but you're a loving husband, a good dad, and all yada 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 yada. Yeah. Look at this, I'm even freaking pandering to you now. Well, what the hell is wrong with me? But anyway, you're looking forward to coming to Buffalo and getting a little bit of we'll call it a football break, whatever you want to call it, but. That on its own is cool. Being an opening night against a great team in primetime, that's cool. But does it mean any more to you specifically because it is the first game of the last season ever at Highmark Stadium? Are you in that sentimental mode with the stadium, or are you just thinking about getting back to Buffalo? Are you just thinking about this season and you really don't care about like the sentimental part of it, which I'm sure – God, there's going to be so much going on Sunday. So many tweets about that. People saying my last, home opener ever at the stadium. That's going to be a big thing, I'm sure, on social media, as it should. But
sure, it's a cherry on top. It's not like the main thing I'm excited about.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I feel like in 40 years I can tell my son and be like, I went to the last home opener at that stadium. Like, it's definitely more of a cool thing to mention.
Sure.
I have not really been able to articulate my feelings about this being the last season there. I really haven't. On one hand, I'm kind of like, they're not gonna die. Like, they're not moving. They're going across the street.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I'm saying.
It's not. And I don't have that experience. Like, look, we talked about this before. You were at the last game at the Odd, and I was 14 when the Odd closed, or 15, and I didn't have like this. Oh my God, I love the Odd. I went there for like 4 or 5 years on and off. So I don't have this
Yeah.
sort of like, I don't know. I just don't. I remember I was living here when Yankee Stadium. They switched Yankee Stadium, like they moved out of Yankee Stadium to the new Yankee Stadium, and they made a big deal about it here in New York. And that kind of made sense to me because the Yankees and this tradition, and they won the 2 trillion World Series. And I'm not trying. And I don't know. I don't. I'm not there yet. Maybe when I get there, I will feel it when I'm in that the stadium and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But again, they're not going anywhere, and I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out.
Across the street to a.
They're going across
stadium.
the street. Like,
I
if
get
anything,
it though, too. I get both sides.
If anything, I would feel bad for the people who have seasons and they're not getting seasons after this year because they don't want to pay PSLs. Like, that seems like that would be shitty.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And everyone, it feels like they're doing pretty well. Like, I know the prices. I don't know. I think they've dropped the prices. Who the hell knows? But it doesn't seem as crazy as it was. Like, I thought they were going to have more issues selling it than they have, and kudos to them. They seem to be doing well with that. I am curious to see what the stadium prices are like next year. That's the other thing too, because I got this ticket through someone on Twitter, because I randomly, or not Twitter, Blue Sky, I randomly asked someone like, hey, who has a ticket to this? And this person, she had she gets 2 tickets, and she just brings a random person to each game. And I was the random person to go to the Baltimore game, and she sold it to me at face value, which I freaking appreciate because those tickets are through the roof right now. Mm-hmm. So it could be like the last game I go to for a while because of the price. It's going to be a lot next year if I go through StubHub and all that sort of shit. So,
well, I mean, the last thing too, I'll say it, and it's cool to be back because there's nothing like a game day in Buffalo. No matter where you live. It's so cool to have Bills fans around you, around the world, literally. Like, when I was in Florida, there were Bills backer powers, and my wife and I went to some of them, and they were fun. And we watched the games with fellow Bills fans in Florida, and it was fun. But there's nothing like being in Buffalo on a game day. So even if it's just once every year or every few years, you get to be back, and it's just a sea of Buffalo Bills gear literally all over the place, from the grocery store to church. You name it, everywhere. So that part is real cool. Bonus prediction here. Bonus over-under as we get into today's episode. Will there be more than, let's say, 8 people who get arrested for trying to sneak into the new stadium?
I don't know. How many people got arrested last year?
I don't know.
Like,
there was the pit. Wasn't it called the pit last year or something like that? Or the hole or something?
I thought it was. Or wasn't it like in 2023? I thought it was.
No, it was last year.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, I don't know how many. Probably 3 or 4. It's going to be. It's
definitely
going
to be a couple idiots who do that, who try to get into the new stadium and take selfies. They'll try to get inside the stadium itself somehow. Which, by the way, man, it's just coming along. Jeremy White and Sal Capaccio and GR were talking about it, and Jeremy, and they both had some pretty cool videos and photos. It's really starting to come along. All right, let's get into our 2025. We did this last year too. And what we'll do is we'll hold on to these, and we will come back, and we'll have an episode after the season and see how we did. Our 2025 season individual and team predictions. And I will say, for people who are watching this, like, what the hell's going on here? I can't comment. We're usually live. We're not today. This is pre-recorded. I will say we are pre-recording this very late Thursday night. The only reason why I put that out there is if on the off chance something ridiculous happens with the Bills, news-wise, that would affect what we're talking about today, and we're not talking about it. It's because we recorded this a couple days in advance. So just know that. All right, let's go. We did this last year. We'll keep the same order as well. These are Joe's.
And we'll look at them.
This is Joe's chart.
This is my chart, and we'll look back at them. You may have said this, but I wasn't paying attention because I was on my phone. We will look back at this at the end of the season and see who was right.
Paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention. I was messing because we were talking about the Bills, and I was contacting the guy that's going to take me to the game. I was like, wait a minute, dude. Like, what time are we doing this at? Because I didn't want to forget. So, anyways, yeah. So go ahead. All right, I did this list. This is all me, baby.
Yeah, this is your list. And let's get started. We'll go offense first, and we got some defense and some team stuff as well. So we'll start here. And again, these are actually, if you paid attention last year, if you feel like searching in the little YouTube chart, you can find last year's episode. I thought it was pretty fun. All right, let's start. Who will lead the team in receptions, and receiving yards. Now, this could be two separate guys. It doesn't have to be the same guy. So I feel like you're asking two questions here. Who will lead the team in receptions and receiving yards? It could be the same guy or it could be two different ones. So you can start.
I am all in on a Dalton Kincaid rebound season. He is going to lead the team in receptions and receiving yards.
Dalton Kincaid. All right.
Yes.
Well,
there's no evidence why I think this. I just feel like he's not as bad as he was last year. And I know, like, I don't know if you saw his interview. Josh Allen did an interview with Alba Greer from SI, and he talked about Dalton Kincaid and how, like, he threw a lot of bad balls to him last year, which is something that the Podfather had talked about a lot. And he even admitted it. So I just feel like they're going to have a better connection. The injuries happen. I just think he's going to get some stuff. He's going to get the season we thought he was supposed to get last year.
Okay, that's fair. And last year he was definitely banged up. His commitment has been there this year. Ty Dunn wrote a great story a couple months ago about him pretty much living at the facility this offseason. I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't shock me, but I'm going to go with other guys on both accounts. I think Khalil Shakir leads his team in receptions. I just think he's reliable. I think Kincaid will have a couple games here and there where he only has one or two catches. Won't be a focal part of the offense, where I think Khalil Shakir is probably the one guy. If there's a guy on his team that you could count on to get, say, 5 receptions a week, I think it's Khalil Shakir. Last year he had 76 receptions. You could see right around the same. I think that could lead the team. Receiving yards, I'm going to go with Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman is going to lead the team in receiving yards, and I'm going to save how I feel about that specifically for another question in this episode. I will point out, again, last year, Khalil Shakir led the team in both. 76 catches for 821 yards last year. So to summarize, Joe's got Kincaid for both. I got Shakir for catches, and I got Keon Coleman for yards. All right, next one here on the list. Will Josh Allen have over 30 touchdown passes?
So last year, just to go through it, these are all like mostly the same questions I asked last year, like you had promoted it. I had said no, and you had said yes. I'm going with yes because there's a part of me, he had 28 last year or something like that. Like he didn't even play
28 last year. He had 29 the year before. So 2 straight years where he has not broke 30. He had 35 or more 3 straight years before that. But the last 2 years he has not broke 30.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. And this is kind of like the same reason. The secondary being a bit of a concern right now. I feel he can be in more shootouts. And I also feel like he's going against some really top tier quarterbacks, and we're going to get into shootouts. So that's why I'm going yes. Because last year I said no I didn't, it was like we didn't know what the hell Diggs was going to, like the impact of Diggs and all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to say it's going to be over this year.
I'm going to change my mind last minute.
Of course you did. You're doing it again.
I'm going to say no.
Why?
I'm going to say no. I think what he did last year, 28, 29 touchdowns, feels right. I think there's some games that they're going to just blow teams away where you're not going to see Josh a lot in the fourth quarter, like play the Saints, play the Jets twice, play the Browns. There's lots of opportunities for some blowouts. I also think that their commitment to running the football is not going to get less. If anything, it's going to get more this season. Maybe a little bit of struggles. I hate to be the one to even put it in the universe, but sooner or later he might miss a game or two because of an injury too. So there's lots of factors, but I don't know. He hasn't done the last 2 years. It wouldn't shock me whatsoever. But I'm going to say no. And it doesn't mean that I think Josh Allen's going to be worse than he was last year. Let's just be clear about that as well. I just don't think he might not need to have 30 passes. This doesn't seem like an offense that's just going to throw a lot of touchdown passes. They drive the ball methodically. They don't throw bombs. So I'm going to say no. One more, and then we'll get to a break, and then we'll start to really lock in here. Will James Cook have more rushing yards this season than last season? He had 1,009 yards in 2024.
Yes. It seems like such a low number. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
it just seems like, and I know, like, look, he didn't play the final game. Like, they gave him his OJ record, and
He also missed the game against the Jets too
he
during the
did,
season.
yeah. But still, there's a part of me that's like, I'm still like thinking of like old school rushing yards, like 1,400 yards used to be like, what's a solid year? And now you have like an extra game, and it's like, yeah, he's definitely going to get over this. Like he'll do you think? Let me ask you this, because I know I'm taking your heat away, because I know you're going to say yes. Do you feel he should get more carries because to justify his contract?
That's my biggest reason why I would say yes. I would say yes. Well, first of all, I think he could get 1,000 yards even without getting more carries. I don't think he's going to dramatically get a bigger workload. Like if he's at 48% last year, he's not going to be 80% this year. He's not going to be carrying Williams. He just doesn't pass block, A, enough, B, well enough. And also, Ty Johnson is a great third down running back. So, but I do think James Cook will get more carries than last year. How much more, I don't know. But enough that I feel pretty good, as long as he stays healthy, of course, that he gets that. Yeah, I agree with you, though, by the way. 17 games, to me, it feels like you better get 1,200 feels like a good year. If you gotta have at least 1,200 before I call it a good year.
You do also have to take into consideration, you got Josh Allen. Like, you're going to throw the ball more. Like, if Tyrod Taylor was the quarterback, I'm sure James Cook would have like 1,400 yards rushing, because they'd be rushing the football way more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
yep. Let's get to one more, actually. I'll change my mind before we take a break, because this one's going to be quick, because we kind of already talked about this. But your question was, will Dalton Kincaid rebound from last year?
Yes.
And you said yes. I say yes as well, but I don't think necessarily that means he's going to have 75 catches for 800 yards and 8 touchdowns either. I just think that when you throw him the football, he's not going to drop it. You know what I mean? That everybody eats mentality, I don't think that's going to go away, dude. I just don't. But he's looked really good this summer. He catches everything. And Josh has thrown a lot of good balls to him, too. So it wouldn't surprise me. But anyway, numbers aside, your question was, will he rebound from last season? And I think absolutely he will. Anyway, quick break, come back. Plenty more season predictions. Back here, Joe from Queens, Bills season, team, and individual predictions. Bonus one. Will there be more than just a handful of people who bitch that we probably took about 20 minutes to get into the predictions here, and that we
talked about
around too much?
No, we did not. We talked about football. It would be one thing
to the comments.
Well, we talked about football and all that sort of stuff. I thought we did a good job. If we were talking about if we talk about chicken wings and like Madonna versus Prince, then yeah, like they would be bitching. But go ahead.
By the way, on Friday's show, I can tell you did not like me asking you a music related.
No,
one must.
You didn't even on Friday's show. You didn't even give me an opportunity to do a flush more. By the way, like you just
I forgot about that.
I didn't even get a flush more.
We got the days messed up. If we were doing a flush more, we should have done it this one. Well, you know what? You got a lot of shitty things about Highmark to come up, and we still got plenty of weeks to do them.
All right. Let's go.
All right. Over under for Keon Coleman catches this year, you have set at 50.
Yes. And I'm going to go with yes. I think he will rebound. I think he was on his way for having an okay season until he got hurt last year. I already know what you're going to say. He looked great with the camp and all that crap. And sure, but 50 catches just isn't a lot in today's modern NFL. So I'm going to put it slightly over. Like 53 catches he's going to have.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm going to say yes as well. And I want to point this out too, because again, the way this offense is just run, this matters. It seems like nothing, like 50 catches. Oh, yeah, of course. Last year, he had 29 catches last year, Keon Coleman. And also, last year, Khalil Shakir was the only player on the team who had over 44 catches. So if last year's question would have been anyone on the Bills, aside from Khalil Shakir, has 50 catches, we both would have said yes. And we both would have been dead wrong because no one else did. on that note, I am going to say yes. You know why? Because he looked so good in the summer and he was catching all the balls and the contested passes and all that. Yes, he did. Motherfucker, he did. He looks really, really good right now.
If Tooch is listening right now, I want you to make a list of the training camp people that Pat has put over. Going to be great. From Dolak to who else? We got who's the all they turn Shavers. TJ Sanders, right? Is that the guy you like the most? I forgot. Deion Walker, yeah. So like that's him. And then isn't there a safety you like too outside of like Cam Lewis? Where you had
Jordan Hancock.
Hancock, yeah. So Tooch, I want you to write these down. Make sure I can shit on Pat in like a month from now. If none of these guys do anything, I'll be like, thank God you went to training camp to have ice cream and get all these amazing takes out of the way.
I didn't have ice cream. I had milkshakes, by the way. Pittsburgh Dairy, awesome.
Yeah, all you guys were there covering the Pittsburgh Dairy instead of the James Cook saga. But go ahead, anyways.
My answer is yes, because look, at the end of the day, provided he can play all season and stay healthy, which is never a given, but dude, if you just have 4 catches, if you average 4 catches a game, which is not that much, that comes out to 68, and you're only asking for 50. I don't see him not getting 4 catches. Hell, even 3 catches a game would put him slightly over 50. He might have a stinker or two where he's held to 1 catch, 2 catches, but he's also going to have some 6 or 7 catch days. As long as he stays healthy, put it this way. Here's what I will tell you. If we're going over this, hopefully in mid-February, catch my drift there, well, looking back at the season, if Keon Coleman doesn't have 50 catches and we were both wrong, we're going to be having a serious Keon Coleman conversation at the end of the season that he can't have 50 catches on this football team. So there's that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Which offensive player will be the biggest disappointment in 2025?
I have Shakir as my guy. And, there's a couple of things. First, I don't like that he missed basically all of August. I don't like when guys, I have this rule sometimes in fantasy football. You don't draft guys who are injured. And he's been injured throughout this whole summer. Mm-hmm. And I'm worried he's going to have a little bit of not like a setback. It's going to take him a little bit longer to get going. I also think there's going to be other guys, Coleman, Kincaid, I think can take a lot of his catches away. So I think disappointment. I don't think he's going to be like terrible, but he led the team in catches last year. He almost had 1,000 yards. I think he's going to have like a lesser, like 50 catch season or something like that. Like, I think it's going to go down. And then I think the slow start, other guys coming through, and I like Shakir. I just think it's going to slow down a little bit for him this season.
Be a lot of Brandon Beane contract questioning if what you're saying turns out to be true. Mm-hmm. I'm going to cheat and give 2 because I got a tie. And one of them was kind of honorable mention. So actually, I'll leave that. My pick is Elijah Moore.
He's already a disappointment.
He was.
But he already is. This is bullshit. This is a lame fucking disappointment. He's already a disappointment.
Well, I'll say this in your defense, or to your credit, whatever you want to call it. If you are team preseason and summer training camp means cock, means dick, well, then you win because Elijah Moore has looked, he's done nothing, and it didn't matter. He didn't get cut. He didn't get traded. He was not one of the best 4 receivers in the summer. I can tell you that right now.
No.
But it didn't matter. Anyway, I don't see him being on the field much. As long as everyone else stays healthy, if everybody stays healthy, reasonably healthy, your top 3 is defined, man. And I think Curtis Samuel is your 4th. Elijah Moore is probably not even going to dress. And when he does dress, he's going to be that 4th receiver. He could be a guy that gets 15 catches for 140 yards, I see, at the end of the season. So I'm going to go with Elijah Moore.
You're just, it's unreal that, I can't believe that the August football and then listening to all the content bros being like, oh, well, he wasn't look good. Like, 6 weeks ago, you were ball washing Elijah Moore
because he had 60. Not.
You definitely, you were like, oh, he had 60 catches with all these terrible quarterbacks. He's going to be at least 50 catches here. And now, because he didn't look good at the Pittsburgh Dairy or whatever, when St. John Fisher, you're like, oh, he's going to be the biggest disappointment based off fucking like camp. Give me a break. Tooch, I want you to write down Elijah Moore if you're in the chat right now. I hope you're there somewhere listening.
Get Tooch to start interning for the show.
He should, yes.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a lot of footballs to go his way. I don't see it, man. Honorable mention.
I think Samuel's dead. I'm not. I think he's gonna. I should have put him as the biggest disappointment. Actually, now that I think about it, but go ahead.
Well, when you factor in his money, he would be the leading candidate.
Yeah.
Actually, now that you say that, I should probably put him there too. Honorable mention, I actually had Ray Davis on my list. And it's not because I don't like Ray Davis. It's kind of what we talked about before. I think you're giving James Cook $10+ million a year. He's playing more than 48% of the snaps.
Sure.
Ty Johnson's role is not going to diminish on third downs and big plays. He's going to be out there a lot. So, again, barring injuries, Ray Davis, I just don't see him getting more than a couple carries a game, maybe a fourth quarter when they're up big or something like that. But I just don't see a lot of opportunity for Ray Davis now.
Would you describe Ray Davis as more of a physical back?
Yes.
I think he'll be more. I think he'll be used more than Ty, and I'm going to tell you why. I think they want James Cook to be a third down back, and I think their skill is there. He can catch out of the backfield. Like, he's better at that. He's more explosive than Ty Johnson. I know you're going to talk about the fucking blocking, but again, the running backs don't always block there on third and long or whatever. I can see them being more of, hey, we want to change a pace back. And we think of change of pace back, you want someone that's different. And Ray Davis is more physical than probably James Cook is. And I can see him doing more. Whereas I think Ty is going to be the one that's going to take a step back a little bit. I can see it. But fine. Then kiss my ass.
Which offensive player will be the biggest surprise in a good way in 2025?
Yeah, I hate this question. I would have got rid of it. Dalton Kincaid.
Why don't you marry Dalton Kincaid? This is the third time you said his name already.
I'm over this shit with Dalton Kincaid. You're right. I'm trying to think. You should have went first, and I could have redid my name. Yeah, I thought about Dawson Knox because it's like, what's his floor? His ceiling now is like 20 catches and like, oh yeah, 25 and a bunch of touchdowns. He said,
but he has a penchant. Dawson Knox, to be fair, has a penchant to kind of have a couple big plays, and if he can make a couple big plays, that's
the only time he does well is when Kincaid's out of the lineup. If you remember last year when Kincaid missed like those few weeks, that's when Dawson Knox was better. So.
All right. So you're sticking with Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah.
My biggest surprise in a good way, and I think this is only borderline surprising. I'll be upfront about that. I think people are going to see that Josh Palmer is the truth this season. Look at 581 yards last year.
Like our truth, like the truth.
Yeah. 584 last year, 581 the year before that, 769 the year before that. I just think he's not going to be the guy in Buffalo. I don't think that's, he's come from the Chargers. He wasn't never the guy. I don't think he's going to be the guy here in Buffalo either, but I think he's going to be a guy who's going to make some big plays. I would not be surprised if he was second in the team in receptions and yards this year. That would not surprise me at all. So I think looking back, Josh Palmer could be a real nice surprise for a lot of people anyway. All right. What is your boldest prediction for the Bills offense in 2025?
James Cook will have over 1,600 yards in total offense. So, I mean, that's basically like 100 yards a game. I just feel he got paid. You even said it yourself. He's going to take more snaps. I mean, maybe he will, maybe he won't. But I understand your logic, and I agree with that. But I just think he's gotten better in the passing game a little bit more. Like, he doesn't have the drops anymore. I feel like he's going to get there. I feel he is their, in my opinion, their best skill guy on that team.
I agree with that.
And I just feel like he's going to do better than that. I just that's my opinion. He's going to do better than that. So.
Okay. That's a good one. I'm at an offense where everybody eats and no one even came close to it last year. My bold prediction for the Bills offense for this year is Keon Coleman is going to be 1,000-yard receiver.
Yes, he looked so good in those shorts. Amazing.
Really good in those shorts. Man.
Shorts. Oh, my God.
I think he's going to have a handful of 100-plus yard receiving games this year, and I think he's going to stay healthy. When you add all that up, I think he ends up with over 1,000 yards.
Okay.
How many Bills offensive players will be voted to the Pro Bowl?
Okay, and this isn't like alternate bullshit. This is like you got voted in. So not like
Yeah, not because
Yes.
8 people didn't feel like doing it.
Yeah, exactly. So I said 3. I went Josh Allen,
Yep.
Deion Dawkins,
Yep.
and Dalton Kincaid.
Of course.
I don't know why. I don't even like Dalton Kincaid, but I just decided to make him hype.
My takeaway from this show is because of this show, I'm going to remember Dalton Kincaid all year long.
Everyone, I literally spent like 30 seconds answering all these. I was just like, Dalton Kincaid. Do you remember the movie Summer School? You probably did. You loved the 80s.
Mark Harmon.
Yes. Yeah. Remember when you probably don't remember when they were taking the the summer school test at the end. The one guy was like, C. He kept answering C. I just kept answering Dalton Kincaid. Anyways, go ahead.
I got 3 as well. Josh and Deion as well. And I'm going to either Osiris Torrance or Spencer Brown. One of those two. They're going to have 2 guys from the offensive line that make the Pro Bowl this year. Such an underrated unit on this team. Which offensive free agent will have a bigger impact, Josh Palmer or Elijah Moore? I think we can skip over that one. I think we both know, well, at least what I think. Maybe you disagree.
No,
I have Josh Palmer.
Yeah, I have Elijah Moore just to be a contrarian dickhead because I just feel like, look, Josh Palmer, he's had one okay season where he had Justin Herbert as his quarterback, and he just has one good okay season. And then last year, he was the main guy there. Like Keenan, he was Keenan. Well, he was supposed. He was supposed to be the main guy. Like Keenan Allen left, Mike Williams was gone, and he didn't really have great numbers. And then McConkey was better than him. So that's why I'm not like totally sold on him. And Elijah Moore, I'm sticking to my July feels about him. Not because I know you saw him in camp and he was in the shorts. He wasn't looking good, and then he didn't break 100 yards against the Tampa Bay third stringers with fucking some guy named Bouchel throwing to him. But I think he'll be better. I think he's a better player than Palmer. I just do. So there you go.
Well, we'll see.
And again, it will be like 30 catches versus 27. Who the hell knows? But anyways, that's my opinion.
My Palmer take is one thing that concerns me. He seems to get dinged up a lot. Like I've seen him little various bumps and bruises. We'll see if that becomes a factor in the season. I just think it's going to take an injury or Curtis Samuel getting traded or put on IR for Moore to really get on the field much. Anyway, let's get to the other side of the football here. Who will be the Bills' defensive MVP?
I have everybody eats in the defense, so it's kind of hard because everyone plays a lot of snaps when you think about it.
Yeah, sure.
I have Christian Benford. I think no one's going to throw at him this season, and I think they're all going to go on the other side of the field, and that's why I got him. I mean, he's the man. He's great. I think it's going to be a little
concerned about him. And again, I want to be careful here because we're recording this on Thursday and this won't drop till Monday. But he's been missing practice lately, and it just feels I don't know, something going on, illness, maybe I don't know, whatever. But
it's practice. No one cares. That's why we shouldn't care about August football ever.
Well, I care about August football here because my pick is Matt Milano for defensive MVP.
Oh my God.
Because again, he is just this summer. He has looked absolutely. He's looked absolutely sensational.
Oh, yes.
Who will lead the team in interceptions this year?
You're gonna love this because this guy's gonna be reappearing a few different times. Cole Bishop, I got. Again, I'm being purposely a dick right now. Because everyone hates Cole Bishop because of the bullshit August preseason bullshit. So I'm going to go against the grain and go, he's going to be fine. So he's going to have interceptions. He's going to have a bunch. 10, 11 maybe. He's going to lead the
all
team.
The interceptions.
All of them, yes. Mark Kelso 2.0.
I do think, I will say this. I think a lot of fans are fed up with him being hurt a lot already, too.
Sure.
I think that might have something to do with how they feel about him. And Sean McDermott doesn't inspire confidence when he talks about him. But at any rate, I'm going to go. And by the way, last year there were 2 was the winning number. 6 different people had 2 interceptions. I'm going to go Taylor Rapp. Taylor Rapp had 2 of them last year. I don't think anyone's going to have a lot of interceptions this year, which is funny because they led the NFL in takeaway or turnover margin last year, but nobody really stood out with interceptions. But Taylor Rapp, when you make a mistake, he can make you pay for it. So I'll go Taylor Rapp. Who will lead the team in sacks?
I think I picked him last year too. Greg Rousseau.
I also have Groot as well. I'll add something to it as well. He's going to have his first double-digit sack season of his career, which is kind of a hot take. Dude, making $20 million. He's making $20 million a year now. It'd be nice for him to get to double digits. I think
who was the last time they got? So who was the last guy that got double digits in Sean McDermott's defense? Oh, I
want to say Leonard Floyd. I think Leonard. I'm pretty sure it was Leonard Floyd.
God,
it was definitely not Greg Rizzo. I'll tell you that, man. But
didn't Oliver? He didn't have over 10, did he?
No,
he had 8.5, I think.
Yeah. He didn't come. He came close, but I just feel like with Bosa on the other side and Michael Hoyt when he gets back on the other side, and better defensive tackles in front of him, I think he's going to have more opportunity. So I'm gonna say Group gets 10. All right, you said the Bills were 11th in scoring defense in 2024. Will they be better than that in 2025?
No.
I'm with you too. I think.
Why is that? I'm surprised you would say no, because I thought you would think they would climb up, because you're all over. You're ball washing Joey Bosa. You love Matt Milano. You love everyone in the defense. The 17 defensive linemen. So I'm kind of shocked that you have them worse, to be honest.
Two things. Number one, they're playing. I think they're playing some better quarterbacks.
Sure.
They're going to get scored. They're playing some better teams. They're, albeit most of them are at home. So that's part of it. And again, they got bailed out by a lot of turnovers last year.
That's true.
And they don't get off the field well on third down. And I just see this being a team that gives up. And plus, by the way, I don't think the secondary is very good. So I think that's kind of a problem here, which we'll talk about more in a minute. But so I think those are reasons why I don't think they're going to be better than 11th.
Who is back from the defense this year from last year? Like it's back? So it's like it's Ed. Yeah.
Ed, Daquan, Groot, Epinesa, pretty much everybody. Bernard,
right?
Milano, Benford, Rapp.
Well, Milano didn't play much.
Bishop.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. Yeah, it feels like the
whole unit.
The depth has changed. That's what it feels like to me. Because honestly, I thought like, it's completely changed. But you're right, it hasn't. They just have different depth than they had last year. Hopefully, better depth. Anyways, go ahead.
All right, so let me get to the next one here. You asked, who will be the biggest disappointment for the Bills defense? Explain to me and tell me why as well.
All right, I think it's going to be Joey Bosa. I don't know. I haven't been feeling him for the last 3-4 years with the Chargers. I just feel the injuries are going to be a concern, and I don't think he's going to get used a lot because Sean McDermott likes his 10-man defensive line rotation of doom. And I've already heard you talk about that he's better than Von Miller was, which, okay, maybe. I don't know. I think the hype is getting there a little bit with him. In terms of he's like the X factor. And I get that. Like, he was an all-pro once. He's a part of that stupid family that they all have sacks and all that shit. And they love your boy Trump. But that's I just think he's going to be a disappointment for them.
I disagree.
I know you're ball washing Bosa. I don't know why I'm saying ball washing all of a sudden, but you're ball washing Bosa. You love him. He's on your Mount Pat Moran pandering.
I don't necessarily think that he's going to be a guy who gets you 12 sacks, but I think he's going to be a factor, provided he stays healthy.
Sure.
Which is no guarantee. But anyway, I don't think he's going to be the biggest disappointment. I think he's going to be good. I think the biggest disappointment on this defense is going to be Trey White. He's hurt again. Dude, he's old. I'm sorry. He's old by football corner standards, okay? And look, I want to will him being good into existence. He did have a good summer. It's funny. I put so much stock into the summer, except for when it's convenient to me to say the summer didn't mean that much. But I understand that. But Trey looked good at times in the summer. I thought he looked really sticky, like in red zone drills and stuff like that. But when he had to start moving around in space and turning his back and running and planning, I didn't think he looked all that great. That Giants game is just one preseason game. But off the ball, tackling issues. He was god-awful last year. It's funny. The Bills have Trey White and Poyer back. They were both terrible last year. Now, I expect Trey to be better. I don't think he's going to absolutely stink the field up like he did with the Rams, at least last year. He was okay in Baltimore. But that's what I think. He's going to be okay in Buffalo. And, hey, be good for a half a year, because I think Max Searson, IR, starts practicing weeks 5 and 6, bye week after that, and you come back to go to Max Harrison, hopefully week 8, or after the bye against Carolina. Yeah, it's Trey White. I don't think he's looked as good as some reporters and media and fans have talked about.
Yeah,
and he's hurt again already.
What about Terrell Bernard? How do you feel about him a little bit? Like I felt last year he was kind of a disappointment. Like he wasn't as good as like that first year he started. Like, do you think he could be a candidate at all of being a disappointment this year?
I did. The only negative I have against Bernard is the size and him being prone to getting banged up. When he's out there, I think he's a great player. 2 years ago, he did absolutely nothing in the summer, and he became a stud in the season. Sure. And let's not forget, I agree with you. I get what you're saying. I don't think he was all that great last year either, not compared to the year before. But he did have the biggest play in that Ravens game when he forced a turnover after Andrews got the ball in the middle of the field. Right. So it's there. And I think, again, with better people in front of him, or two young defensive tackles, I think he'll be good. I don't think he's a disappointment. All right.
It will be. And he's also playing with Matt Milano, which I think can help him out tremendously.
God, I don't know what the odds are of both of them playing the whole season together, but it would be fun to think about because those are two really, really good linebackers when they're healthy.
Right.
Over-under set at 7.5 sacks for Ed Oliver.
Yes. I'm picking over. I got burned by Ed Oliver last year because I thought he was going to have over 10 sacks. I'm going over this year. I think he's going to have more sacks. I don't know why. I want to say Joey Bosa's impact, but I just shitted on Joey Bosa a little bit. So I'm just going to say over. He's going to be over 7.5. He's going to do it, man. He's going to be over. He's going to get over 7.5.
I am going to go under.
Yes, you hate him. You've always hated him. You hate horses. You just hate it. But yes, you hate horses.
No, he redeemed himself. I needed Ed Oliver to show up in an elimination game, and he did. He did that against who did he do that against? Jesus. Okay, Kansas City. He was great last year in the AFC Championship game. Anyway, but that's not why. He's only had more than 7.5 sacks once in his career. That was in 2023. And by the way, he had 9.5. He almost got to 10. He only had 3 last year. That's the only time. That one time is the only time he's had 7.5. So I'm saying under because, in part, I think there's a lot of other sacks that other defensive tackles, the new guys, are going to kind of feast on a little bit too as well.
Hey,
so
random question because he loves horses. Who is the most famous horse in like movie history? Would you say that you like the most?
I'm not okay. So this is going to sound. I'm not a horse dude at all. What's the TV show, Mr. Ed?
Mr. Ed. Do you remember them? Yes, he's probably the most famous one. What about, do you remember Hot to Trot with Bobcat Goldthwait? Do you remember that movie?
No.
Oh, you don't remember that movie? Oh, it's a classic 80s movie with him and John Candy's the voice of
the horse.
Of whoever the horse's name was Ed or something. No, Don was his name. I'm surprised you never saw that because he's such an 80s nostalgia guy. It was like an 80s comedy.
Horse dude, man. People are gonna hate me for saying that.
No one likes. I mean, I hate horse racing. I feel bad for the horse. I got some fucking little person, Tyrion Lannister, whipping them with a whip. It's fucking terrible. Anyways, all right, moving on. Sorry. What
will be your boldest prediction for the Bills defense in 2025?
They will be in the top 12 in sacks. They're doomed. My God, I don't even know how many if they've ever been in the top 12 before. They probably haven't. They are due. They are going to be in the top 12. I don't know how I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to will it. Something's going to happen. There's going to be a game where they're going to sack fucking Justin Fields 100 times. Like that's my bold take that they're going to be in the top 12 in sacks.
Okay. I am going to say, just talked about Ed Oliver. I think this qualifies as a pretty bold prediction here. Here it is.
Oh, because you're just go ahead.
Hey, man, don't be mean to me. My bold prediction is Ed Oliver doesn't even lead defensive tackles on his team in sacks this year.
Yes.
I think he gets 3-4 sacks. I think Deion Walker is going to get 5.5 sacks, maybe 6 sacks as a rookie, which I think is going to be more
rookie
than Ed Oliver.
6 sacks for a defensive tackle. That's a rookie.
Yep.
This is what happens.
He's not even the higher pick. TJ Sanders is the one who's probably going to play more early on. Deion Walker's the 4th rounder. TJ Sanders is the 6th.
Tooch, I want you to mark Deion Walker as a preseason god for Pat, okay? Or whoever's on that Tooch. Or Ralph Wilson, whoever the fuck is left in this chat right now. Steve Noble. Yeah. I need someone to make a list because Pat's got like an all August team right now that I'm just like, you need to get out, buddy. But I get it. You're a content bro.
All right, we'll fly through this one real quick. You have over under 11 Matt Milano games played.
I have under, and I
hope
I've been worried about Matt. I've been worried about Matt Milano for a while in terms of, and he has been playing every snap until he's injured since he was a rookie. He has been banged up a lot during his career. And I just feel like, he missed most of 2023. He missed most of last year. I know you loved him in the summer because he looked good in shorts and, he doesn't talk, whatever. I mean, I just feel I'm picking under. I don't think I think we're in the twilight of his career. I really feel that way. A linebacker his size.
If he doesn't play, this might be the last year. He might be done playing at football after this year. If he misses more than 6-7 games, I don't think this is probably his last year. Well, I disagree. I think he's
you got him. I think he's healthy.
I would even go as far to say is, and we'll talk about this maybe during the season. But if he plays well, the Bills might live to regret redoing his contract and tearing up his contract and making him a free agent.
Pat,
this year,
man, he's just. What is he now? 31?
30.
What's his age?
30 or to be turning 31.
I need to look up.
Yeah, but they already had him under contract for another year.
No, I know, but I just feel when you hit 30 as a linebacker, you kind of hit downhill.
Bobby Wagner's 35. He's probably the best linebacker in the NFL.
All right, good point. Okay, what the fuck do I know? Okay, good point. All right, what the fuck do I know?
All I'm saying is, look, man, I don't know that he's going to keep it up for 17 games, and that's a big ask. But I will tell you this, jokes aside, if he plays football like he has this summer, he's going to be as good as he was in 2022.
Oh, God, with the summer stuff again. My God.
Who will be the Bills' biggest defensive free agent impact this year? You got Bosa, Trey White, Michael Hoyt. You wrote the Steelers guy.
I forgot his name. What's his name? Obajobi?
Larry Ogunjobi.
Obajobi. Yeah, I can't even say his name. Sure. I suck. Am I missing another free agent at all? Jordan Phillips. We put him on there.
Yeah, you could put Jordan Phillips on there. Shaq Thompson, Dane Jackson.
Yeah. Shaq Thompson. Is Shaq Thompson on the practice squad or he's on the team?
No, he's on the team.
Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. Oh, yeah. I picked Hoyt. I know he's missing like the first 5 games of the year, 6 or whatever. Yeah, thank you. I don't look up anything. I think he's the best player, maybe of the group, possibly in terms of staying healthy. But I'm going with him.
He's been electric this summer, but
oh my God, the summer! Stop talking about the summer. The summer's over.
I got to point it out. I'm going to point out what Dad Brown pointed out. I thought Dad did a great job.
Let's get up pandering.
Michael Hoyt has looked unblockable at times, but he's also played against nobody but second teamers all summer long.
It's been kind of weird that he's played as much against second teamers. I mean, it could be because I think I maybe asked that last week. It could be because he's not going to play for the next 6 weeks, so maybe they wanted to get him work. Yeah. But it's interesting how they have. But because again, it's very impossible to figure out the defensive line rotation of Doom because they have 17 of them. So
sure. Yeah. All right. So you say Michael Hoyt. That's a good pick, by the way.
Yeah.
But
thanks.
I'm going to go with Joey Bosa. He's going to be. My God, I'm telling you, if he stays healthy, the dude. Listen, jokes aside, if he stays healthy, he is better than Greg Rizzo. I'm telling you, he's better than Greg Rizzo. So I mean, if you like Greg Rizzo and Joey Bosa can stay healthy.
He's better than Greg Rousseau. Dude, Bosa's been healthy. He hasn't done much. He was healthy last year, like 4.5 sacks.
He was not healthy last year.
Bro, he was healthy.
He's been healthy like 4 years. He's got
Hold on. I need to look. I'm going with some waste this time. This is why we need like live chat when we're recording before.
Well, let me move on and ask you this while you're looking that up, because this is a quick and easy one for you. Special teams, you got one. Will Tyler Bass have another down season?
Okay, he played in 14 games last year, your boy Bosa. So just keep that down. Anyways, yes, he is. They on Thursday they tried out 3 kickers for God's sakes, which I don't even know why. What do we need a practice?
Eddie Pinheiro, Zane Gonzalez, and Greg Joseph.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't bring in Steve Hauska or whatever the hell his name was. House Money.
I wonder. So he missed all that time, but then he kicked against Tampa, and he looked good until the last kick. He missed a chip shot field goal. I wonder if he had some kind of discomfort or something with that kick or a setback. It is interesting that they're working out kickers. Now, they could also be hey, let's do our due diligence just in case, so we get to do this now.
Look, he was he was a talking point on almost every episode last year of the post game.
Sure.
And like he finished strong at the end of the season. Like we didn't bitch about him anymore. But I think he's gonna have another down season. So I don't
think
know.
if he does, I don't think he'll finish the season.
Yeah.
I said that last year, by the way. That was my bold prediction when I did I had Howard and Matt on. Howard and Matt were on at Sonny's, and that was my bold prediction. I was like, Tyler Bass is not going to finish the season with the Bills. I was wrong. Anyway, team prediction here.
Wait, hold on. Will Tyler Bass have another down season? Yes or no? You have to answer that. I answered.
Yes. I'm very concerned about it. I think he's already.
You said nah on the list. I have it right here.
I changed my mind. I changed my mind.
Yeah, this is what you do all the time.
Well, I changed my mind.
You know what? You diss me for Dalton Kincaid re-answering, but like you change your mind during
I said nah before I found out that they worked out 3 kickers on Thursday, which tells me that they're at least concerned enough that they're already monitoring that. And who knows? Maybe by Monday they sign one of them to the practice squad. I have no idea.
I'm sure.
Team prediction.
Go ahead.
Will the Bills sign an ex-Bill during the season?
I mean, we're there already, and like they got Phillips, they got Trey. They got Poyer. I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna say it is going to be Gabe Davis. That's who they're gonna sign. That is my ex-Bill. They're gonna sign. They're gonna sign Gabe Davis because they're gonna hate Elijah Moore probably, even though I have him as better than Palmer. Palmer's gonna get hurt. They're gonna bring Gabe in at some point. So they are. Yes.
I say no unless you let me have a technicality.
What's the technicality?
If they sign, it would be to the practice squad probably to start.
Sure.
KJ Hamler or Laviska Shenault, one of those guys who were on the team, but now they were cut, so they're free agents right now.
No, fuck. Wait. Did Hamler play last year? Was he on the roster last year?
I think he played a little bit, I think. I don't even know.
Come on, you don't think they're gonna go after not Dane Jaskers, like Levi Wallace or
God, I hope not.
Gabe Davis. Okay, so I'm gonna say no, but I'm writing because I'm editing this down because we have to look at them at the end of the season.
I'm just trying to think. I think everyone's out of the league. I think who used to be best Bills. Leonard Floyd. Mitch Morse is retired.
He's got a podcast coming on.
D. Marlowe going to come back for a 19th time.
Who else could come back? What's Shaq Lawson doing? I liked Shaq Lawson was here. I liked him when he was like his little journeyman. Like I thought he did a good job here, like for what he was. But
yeah, I'm going to say no. If you don't let me have Hamler or Shenault, then I say no.
Is there an offensive lineman they can bring back? Come on, it has to be Tutin Reyes. No, who was the guy that they hated? They quit in Spain.
Ryan Bates was Chicago. I think he might be a starter though. Or Minnesota. I don't freaking know.
Trade for Wyatt Teller. I don't know.
All right, let's get through these last couple here.
Sure.
How many wins will the Bills have last year? Before you answer that, put yourself to shame. How many wins did you predict the Bills were going to have last year? You had
17-0. I had them going last year. No, I had them. I had them winning 9. I was a fucking
9-8 last year. So on this show a year ago, you had the Bills go at 9-8.
I was total hater. I was wrong. Everyone should kill me. Yes, I was wrong. This year, I have them at 12. I have them at 12-5. I forgot who I had them losing to, but I have them at 12-5.
All right. I got one extra win. I got them going 13-4. But I'll be honest with you. I'm not completely confident about that, and I'll also be honest with you. As things stand right now, and I got a week to change my mind, but right now, if the game was tomorrow, I would pick Baltimore to win this game. So I think the Bills could start 0-1. So then
Baltimore's winning.
13-3 the rest of the way.
Yeah. Baltimore's winning. Like I'm not going to be. This is my last show before the game, unless I'm an emergency quarterback at like a Thursday show. But yeah, I think Baltimore's winning against the Bills, and I'm going to be 0-5, which is going to be sad. I think Baltimore's going to be pissed, and they're just. I just have this bad feeling they're going to come in and be like, we're fucking livid because we lost to this team.
Sure, and I think the Bills secondary is going to be a problem at least early in the season anyway, and then maybe they'll hopefully Cole Bishop will get it figured out, or Jordan Hancock plays, and hopefully Troy White's even out there. Who knows at this point? But Max Harrison's obviously hurt. You might see Dane Jackson season or Jamarcus Ingram season in week 1. All right. I'm going to go out of order here for these last couple because I want to finish with
Sure.
one specifically. But which second-year player will have the best season and the worst season? And this one is pretty. Well, we agreed.
Yeah, I got Keon Coleman for best.
Yep.
And Dwayne Carter for worst.
I agree. 100%. I wonder. So between Jordan Phillips on the practice squad and Larry Ogunjobi suspended for week 6, if the Bills don't have defensive tackle injuries specifically, come week 6 or week 7, I should say, Ogunjobi could come off. Jordan Phillips is still there. I think there's a good chance that unless he shows you something, that Dwayne Carter's not even on this team by halfway.
Did you think about picking Cole Bishop as the most disappointing one?
No.
Why? Because you hate him. You yelled about him for like 3 hours when we did a post game show on that worst podcast of all time.
That's hyperbole. I don't think I hate him.
You hate him. I
believe in him a little bit.
You want to clone Jordan Poyer? We get it.
I'd like to see the 2026 Bills with Cole Bishop and Jordan Hancock as their safeties. That would be my ideal scenario.
Herbie Hancock, great. Can't wait for that.
All right, awards predictions here: offense, defense, and rookie of the year.
All right, where the hell am I? I have Josh Allen. Duh.
Mm-hmm.
I have defensive MVP. I got Christian Benford.
Mm-hmm.
And I look, rookie of the year. I don't follow this bullshit. You know that. Until they happen, then I'm going Landon Jackson, who I forgot. Is he the defensive tackle or the end?
He's the edge guy.
Okay, the reason why I picked the edge guy, and again, I don't do any research. I'm terrible. I talk shit about everyone, but I'm the worst. But he's the edge guy because I feel Bosa could get hurt. AJ Epenesa's and is AJ Epinesa a free agent after this season?
Yes.
He is, and I could see them being like, let's see what the young guy can do. But I don't see that many rookies having an impact on the squad. I could be wrong. Last year, I don't think the rookies were really good for them.
They were terrible. It was an awful rookie class last year.
But obviously, and I just think he'll do it. He's tall, right?
Yeah, he's like 7'4".
Yeah, I think it's some deflected passes. Why not? Put him in there. That's what I'm going with. Go ahead.
I think you are tired and drunk to pick Jackson right now. Look, man, I don't.
You know what? My logic is correct. My logic is correct.
I think. I don't know that he's even going to play a lot of football, at least early in the season. I think he might be in a jumpsuit on
whatever.
the sideline.
I'm not changing my mind. Right, it's fine. He's coming.
Hey, you know what? We might have a really cool clip for you to make fun of me 5 months from now for saying that. But all right, so Josh Allen, I said Matt Milano already. I'll stick with that. Rookie of the year, Deion Walker, 4th rounder.
Looked great in shorts.
Tell Tooch, get ready, rack it up. Deion Walker is your. All right, so here's the last one. Will the Bills make the playoffs? Obviously, we're both going to say yes because we picked 12, 13 wins. Will the Bills make the playoffs, and how far will they advance? This is the last question for this episode.
I think they're going to beat the Chiefs in the divisional round. I think the Chiefs are going to have a little bit of a setback this year, but they're going to lose to Baltimore in the AFC title game again. I don't know what it is. In Baltimore and the Bills are kind of in the same situation a little bit where it's like they've been knocking on the door and someone has to pull through. And I just see Baltimore. I just think from head to toe, they're a better team than the Bills. And I think even last year in the playoffs, I don't want to say luck, but like Baltimore they had that game and Mark Andrews just fumbled it away, and I just feel like, and let's not forget, they annihilated the Bills in Baltimore last year in Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, whatever it was. So
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I got to make this one take about Baltimore, and this is the truth. This is not. Do I have my Bills hat on? I don't have a Bills hat on.
Thank God.
I'm not being a homer. This is the God's honest truth. I swear on my children. This is how I feel about the Baltimore Ravens right now. That's how I feel right now. Jeez. I think from 1 to 53, the Baltimore Ravens are a better football team than the Buffalo Bills. I truly feel that. Here's the deal. I'm not going to say he stinks in the playoffs, but the biggest thing that they got to get over is Lamar Jackson. Let's say he's mistake prone in the playoffs. And you could say Mark Andrews dropped that ball, and he absolutely did. And you could say Lamar made a lot of plays, especially in the second half, and he absolutely did. But here's the problem, dude. He threw an ass ugly interception to Taylor Rapp. He airmailed it. It was an awful pass, no pressure. And then another one where DeMar Hamlin touched his ankle and he dropped the ball and Vaughn Miller picked it up. That's on 100% Lamar Jackson. Those are two critical turnovers on the road in a game. So when people say, he's played more than well enough to win, well, I guess that's how it depends on how you evaluate it, because two ugly, inexcusable turnovers, and he also threw a really bad 2-point conversion pass earlier in the game as well. He makes mistakes, and he's got to overcome that. Now, the Bills, it's coaching, and the defense sucks in elimination games. That's what they got to overcome. But Baltimore's got their own demons to overcome. I think they're more talented, but that's their big problem right now.
Baltimore reminds me a little bit of like the Houston Oilers of like the early 90s, where they had so much talent and they just couldn't get it together in the playoffs. You know what I mean? I mean, they went to the AFC Championship 2 years ago. So, I mean, and the Oilers never did. But the Oilers would win a wild card game, and then they would somehow blow it, like against like the Chiefs with Montana.
And again, Lamar stunk in that game against Kansas City 2 years ago.
Yeah, he did. I mean, look, I thought Lamar, he had a rough start to the game, and then he played really well in the second half. I'll say this, if you want me to really, like, I really would like, when we get to the playoffs, I need a Josh Allen I'm the fucking man playoff performance. I don't think we've gotten that in a while, a little bit.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you said ever. I'm like, come on, man.
No. I'm saying we haven't gotten that in a while. Like the last great playoff game he had was against the Dolphins, which the Dolphins are the Dolphins at that point. They had Trace Murray, or the fuck his name was. It's been a little bit. I need a job. I really hope when they get to the playoffs, there's like a Josh Allen like Megatron. Like he kills everyone. Like I think he's due for one. He needs to have one too.
And if I'm a Baltimore fan and I'm an optimist, I would say this about Lamar, and I'm using a different sport, but for years and years and years, A-Rod was the best player in the regular season in baseball. He won like 3 MVPs, I think, during his career between Texas and the Yankees. But he would stake in the playoffs. And then I think it was 2009. He caught fire. He put the Yankees on their back, and he won a World Series. He won the Yankees a World Series. Sooner or later, you feel like that's going to happen with Baltimore. There's going to come a year with all that talent around him. Lamar's going to put that team on his back. He's not going to make those inexcusable turnovers, and then they're going to win at some point. It wouldn't surprise me. If you're right, it would not surprise me whatsoever. But my prediction...
here we go. Oh, I already saw the notes.
Here
we go.
Week 17, the Bills are they're hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. To me, there's your Super Bowl preview. It's going to be the Bills, and it's going to be the Eagles in the Super Bowl. I'm not going to pick a winner today.
Oh, well, bullshit. You got to pick a winner. Pick a fucking winner.
I got the Bill. I'll start it off this week. It's the start of the regular season. We'll kick it off here on Labor Day. Memorial Day. The Bills are winning the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, wow.
I got the Bills over the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. 13-4. I don't know who they beat in the first rounds of the playoffs. But they're getting in the Super Bowl, and they're going to beat Philly. That's my pick.
Right now, I'm asking you this: top 5 teams in the AFC right now.
In the AFC,
yeah, give me your
Baltimore.
5 top.
Baltimore's 1.
Yep.
I think Buffalo's 2. Kansas City's 3. Denver is 4.
Denver, interesting. Okay.
Denver's really good, I think, man.
They're up and coming, sure.
Probably the Chargers.
Really? I got the Bengals in there.
Oh, the Bengals I could see, but their defense, dude. I mean, all they did nothing but re-sign a guy. That's it.
Did they? I wonder if did they fire their defensive coordinator? I wonder because it was so bad last year. I'm curious who did that. I don't know. But yeah, I have. You're not worried about the Texans anymore, huh?
They're a good team. I don't think they're a championship caliber team. CJ Stroud is good, very good. I don't think he's on the level of some of those other guys.
Sure.
I mean, if you want to pick a team, if you were going to pick a team and say who's a sleeper team that no one's talking about that could rise, it could be Houston. They've certainly got it. The quarterback, the offense. They got enough weapons.
Yeah, I don't know about the offense anymore. I mean, Nico Collins is like their only guy there. Really, I mean, they got Mixon.
Yeah, they drafted a guy in the second round, a receiver. But yeah.
Yeah. It's
All right.
it's going to be interesting. Anyways, all right. Hey, we went 40 minutes and then 30 minutes. So
That was fun though. That was fun, and my most favorite thing about doing these episodes isn't just in the moment, and we're gonna get react. People are gonna have their own opinions, which is great, and I encourage them. By the way, if you're watching this video, comment on what you think. What do you think we got completely right? What did we get completely wrong? What do you think? You can write on our YouTube, follow and throw it on our Twitter. However you consume the podcast, interact, man. It makes it a lot more fun for us.
This is one of my favorite episodes we do because it's my idea, but also that we put I don't want to say our credentials, but like we put our money where our mouth is. Like we make predictions and then we go back at the end of the year to see if we were right.
Episode last year to reviewing.
Yeah, to see how stupid we were and how wrong we were. And like I think a lot of content bros and Bills Beat Bros never do that because everything's great and they pretend like nothing happened. So
last question on our way out the door here. Looking back at these now, just off the top of your head, which prediction did you make today that you feel like you could most easily be wrong about?
Probably the Ed Oliver one.
About that one, 7.5 sacks.
Yeah, that could be on the defensive side of the ball. And then the other one, I'm trying to think. Maybe the rookie thing, since I don't follow the rookie.
Landon Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one saying he's going to be a tracksuit, so now I'm scared. But I just was like, hey, he's tall. Why not? I don't know. But
that doesn't mean he's going to stink. I just think he's going to be, for the most part, either a redshirt. Now, look, Javon Sullivan's not lighting the world on fire either. So, but Javon Sullivan's good on special teams, so that's why I think he'll be active. And Landon Jackson.
That's the only thing that's the problem with me not watching preseason, really, because I don't know the rookies. I don't know their numbers and like how much they're playing because I don't watch the preseason. So I'm like, wait, I know we have a TJ Sanders, then we have a Jackson, and then the guy. We have TJ Sanders, the good one, the one that you like, right? No,
Walker. I like TJ Sanders. I like both of them, by the way. I want to be clear on that.
Yeah, you know what? The problem is they drafted 17 defensive linemen, and I don't know which one is which. No. Like, they couldn't just do a wide receiver. I would have known the wide receiver. But anyways, I'm not a content bro. I'm gonna
save this. I'll give a little bit of a tease though, because I'm gonna have some prediction hot takes with Matt Warren midweek, and I'll spoil one of them right away.
Prediction hot takes. We just did a prediction show. You're gonna have more predictions.
No, just like hot takes, like hot takes, kind of. Which is funny because Matt Warren is the anti-hot take guy, which I think is kind of
Matt Rich Warren the fifth.
But anyway, Matt Rich Warren the fifth. But I'll tell you, my hot take. I think this rookie class. I think last year's rookie class sucks. I think 3 years from now, it's going to be Keon's pretty good. Cole Bishop he played a little bit, and the rest of that class is dookie. This year, I think this is going to be a stud rookie class.
Because you saw them in shorts in person. You're high-fiving the content bros.
There's four good players on this Bills defense from this rookie class, and Landon Jackson's not even one of them either. I'm just going to throw that out there. But anyway.
Hey, you know what? Landon Jackson's coming. Yo, dude, come on. Anyone whose name is Jackson is going to be good in the NFL.
And by the way, Landon Jackson's catching some really unnecessary strays from me tonight as I think about it. But real quick too, the one I think that I'm most likely to be wrong on, not a big one, but I said under for Josh Allen having 30 touchdowns. He could easily have 35 to 40 this year. I could totally see that.
I can't. I see it a little bit over, but not by that much. Look, they still have. Look, I'm still not confident with the wide receiving room. I think it's kind of been like, I'm still not confident in it. And
it's like the Oscars. I wish on the videos. I wish I had the Oscar music. We'll leave it at that, because if I disagree, we're going to go for another 5 minutes. But anyway, I hope everyone out there enjoys their Labor Day. Like I said, Saturday Joe and I will be at some point at the rally at the river. If you see us, come up and say hi. That is not going to happen. But anyway, hopefully I'll see you guys, and I'll see all you on the show tomorrow.